Across every major global sector, enterprise nodes are multiplying as organizations integrate artificial intelligence into their daily operations. McKinsey research shows that AI use in at least one business function has reached 88% of companies, up 10 points in a single year. In this rush to scale, however, a recurring error has emerged. Executives are treating an AI strategy as if it were a substitute for an AI governance framework. A strategy targets value. It focuses on workflow acceleration and customer service. A governance framework targets risk. It is the architecture required to monitor and control those same workflows. The AI Company Data Initiative, a joint program by the Thomson Reuters Foundation and UNESCO, has measured the depth of this disconnect. This study analyzed 100,000 public data points across nearly 3,000 companies and 11 distinct sectors. The data reveals a systemic gap between how companies describe AI and how they actually manage the technology. We will now deconstruct the points where that management breaks down. This deconstruction follows the Enterprise AI Governance Stack, a 4-tier architecture consisting of framework alignment, board oversight, human oversight policies, and operational controls. We will use the AI CDI data to test the integrity of each layer across the current corporate landscape. Deploying AI without this complete structural stack leaves an organization responsible for systems that it has no mechanism to oversee. We begin at the top of the architecture with Layer 1, Framework Alignment. While 43.7% of surveyed organizations report having an active AI strategy, only 13% publicly claim to adhere to a formal, recognized governance framework. Among companies with an AI strategy, 73% lack a corresponding commitment to a governance framework. These strategies are frequently designed to accelerate adoption and capture value, but they do so without the external commitments required for safety and accountability. For the minority that does align with a framework, the EU AI Act has become the global benchmark, cited by 53, yet only 40% of companies maintain board or committee-level oversight for AI. The majority of enterprise AI deployment is occurring in an oversight vacuum, operating without C-suite guardrails. This lack of oversight extends to Layer 3, human oversight mechanisms. Today, AI systems influence high-stakes decisions in credit scoring, hiring, and corporate risk assessment. Despite those stakes, only 12.4% of companies have a policy ensuring a human oversees these autonomous systems. When an AI model makes a consequential error and no human review is mandated, the organization cannot demonstrate accountability for the result. Governance codes, such as South Africa's King 5, are designed to penalize this exact procedural gap. Without a human in the loop, a structural failure occurs where accountability cannot be traced back to the organization. Finally, we reach the foundation of the architecture, Layer 4, Operational Controls. These controls are the unglamorous, day-to-day mechanisms required to track the life cycle of an AI system. The first essential test of this foundation is the pre-deployment impact assessment. The data shows that 72% of companies conduct no impact assessments for their AI tools. Skipping these evaluations leaves organizations blind to risks involving data protection, privacy, and human rights. This leads to the most basic operational requirement for managing any software suite, the formal model registry. Yet only 2.7% of companies publicly report that they maintain an AI model registry. The result is a mechanical assembly line operating at high speed while its components remain unmoored and unmonitored. While organizations may describe AI governance conceptually at the top of the stack, they are failing to build the operational reality at the bottom. After testing these 100,000 data points, only a fraction of the governance architecture remains intact. This visualization translates that structural collapse into a quantitative market risk matrix, plotting strategy readiness against governance maturity. The vast majority of global firms currently sit in the high strategy, low governance quadrant. Mature governance is currently concentrated within large cap firms in the technology, finance, and communication sectors. Conversely, the data shows that energy, materials, and real estate companies are lagging significantly in their governance commitments. For the C-suite, a published AI strategy functions as an initial declaration rather than a completed governance project. boards must independently audit their current AI practices against the operational baselines defined in the AI CDI framework. This audit allows leadership to identify structural accountability gaps before they manifest as regulatory breaches or public crises. A strategy dictates what a company wants its AI to do, but only governance guarantees accountability for what it actually does.